In my previous video, I shared about the time that I went for camp. Little did I know I was developing into habits and good routines in my time being there. We would wake up early as 6 a.m. We would have our showers and morning devotions together, then later had our breakfast.
Immediately I went home, I forgot all and my days seemed unproductive. However, I started reading a book by James Clear entitled Atomic Habits. From the title of the book, it suggests how tiny habits can have a huge effect in the long run. The book begins with 1% rule, which says if you can get just 1% better each day, you end up with results that are nearly 37 times better a year. The effects of small habits compound over time. Taking walks, eating more vegetables, and spending less time on social media. Most of the times we often struggle to develop good and better habits. It's because the very time we've come to learn about habits, we want to change everything about us just instantly.
So in reading this book, I have found 4 good steps that we can use to build new habits. And the first one is making it obvious.
We can also refer to this as a cue. A cue triggers your brain to initiate a behavior towards it. Have you ever wondered why you tend to often touch your phone upon seeing it, even though there are no notifications? The things in our environment dictate our response towards them. You can easily drink a lot of water if you place a bottle just next to you. Climbing on the bed is easy when you stay every time in your bedroom. Therefore, James says motivation is overrated. Environment often matters more. On contrary, one of the most practical ways to eliminate a bad habit is to reduce exposure to it. If you can't seem to get any work done, leave your phone in another room for a few hours. Self-control is a short-term strategy. People with high self-control tend to spend less time in tempting situations. It's easy to avoid than to resist it. Make it obvious to make it invincible.
That brings me to the end of the first law on behavior change. The second one is make it attractive. I believe we can all agree that the more attractive an opportunity is, the more likely we are to form a habit around it.
If you want to increase the odds that a habit will occur, then you need to make it attractive. But how do we do that? You pair an action that you want to do with an action that you need to do. For example, after I get back from the gym, I will watch an episode of my favorite series. You are simply tying down watching a series to exercising at the gym, which is a habit that you are forming. Another most effective way to build better habits is to join a culture where your desired behavior is the normal behavior, and you already have something in common with that group. As people, we tend to imitate the habits of 3 social groups: the close, which are the family and friends; the many, which are the tribe and cultures, and the powerful, those with status and prestige. One could ask, how do we fix bad habits? The invasion of making it attractive to unattractive. Habits are unattractive when we associate them with negative feelings. Imagine sitting next to someone smoking. The scent of a smoke will trigger you to look away, while to a smoker it's a solution to anxiety. Our feelings and emotions tell us whether to hold steady in our current state or to make change. That brings me to the end of the second one. And the third one is make it easy. With the evolution of the world and the change in technology around us, we see that the tasks that are frequently done are those which are easy. The most effective form of learning is practicing and not planning. We often plan to develop better habits, but yet we've never practiced at all. Even worse when it has more friction doing it. Focus on taking action and not being in motion. We are motivated to do what is easy. The less energy a habit requires, the more likely it is to occur. Now, how do we achieve more with doing less? Creating an environment where doing the right thing is easy as possible. Example, you want to exercise. Set out all your necessities early ahead of time. Developing a new habit should not feel like a challenge. If you want to become a reader, read a page every night before you sleep. As you master the art to read, you develop the habit of reading. Standardize before you optimize. You can't improve a habit that doesn't exist. A bad habit can sometimes seem hard to get rid of. The inversion of making it easy to making it difficult. Make it hard for you to do a bad habit. If you spend too much time on social media, call it a bad habit. Switch off your phone and put it away for you to work. And the fourth, which is the last law for behavior change, is make it satisfying. In this law, we see that which is rewarding is repeated and that which is punished is avoided. We are more likely to repeat a behavior when the experience is satisfying. To get a habit to stick, you need to feel immediately successive. One of the most satisfying feelings is the feeling of making progress. As you develop a habit, never miss twice. If you miss one day, try to get back on track as quickly as possible, even though the standard of the habit is not met. The idea of showing up next time increases, unlike when you miss consecutively. Habits are easier when they are aligned with your natural abilities. Pick the right habit and progress is easy. Pick a wrong habit and life is a struggle. When a habit becomes a routine, boredom is inevitable. It's the ability to keep going when it's not exciting that makes the difference. And since a habit has become a routine, pay attention to the little errors. Reflection and review allow you to remain focused on your performance over time.